Hello, this is the Provoked Prawn, and if you've been playing Helldivers 2 like I have, and you've been struggling with the stratagems because there's a lot of different button combinations to press in order to successfully call in a cluster bomb strike, and then you keep dying, then this might be a little solution for you which could be useful. I'm using the Stream Deck Plus in order to set up some commands. Now the Stream Decks are really awesome devices that allow you to control various different things, including Elgato products, and you can assign multi-action buttons where with one button press you can activate various different things like turning on lights, launching apps, and doing all sorts of other things, but I'm going to use it in Helldivers 2. But before I get started, I want to show you a quick tip in Helldivers 2 where you go into the options, into the mouse and keyboard settings, and then look for change bindings. This actually makes life a little bit easier anyway, even without the Stream Deck. Scroll down until you find the stratagem, and you see the open stratagem list is set to hold as standard. We're going to change that to press, so it would just be press control to open that menu. And then instead of WASD as your controls for activating the stratagems, we're going to use the up arrow, the down arrow, the left arrow, and the right arrow in place of that. That means you can still carry on moving around while also calling in a stratagem, which can be pretty handy in the heat of battle and makes life a little bit easier. However, even doing this, there's still loads of button presses to pull off in quick combination when there's a load of bullets coming in, and you might end up getting killed still. So we're going to use the Stream Deck to make this even easier. So open up the Stream Deck software, and what we're going to do is we're going to create a folder specifically where we're going to put a number of different buttons for the various stratagems. The idea being you'll be able to create multi-actions with just a simple setup here. I've made a little icon based on the Helldivers logo for the folder, and then what we're going to do is basically go into here and then find a multi-action and drag that across. For the multi-action, what we want to do is basically to give a hotkey representation to the various steps. So essentially we're creating a macro. So for this one I'm going to do right as a directional arrow, and then because the next step is also another right press of the directional arrow, we're going to do that and copy and paste it, and then I'm going to drag another one in, and that's simply going to be up. Now this is one of the stratagems, and obviously a simple one, but that's still 3 button presses we're now going to do with a single button. To streamline this process, I'd recommend taking a screenshot while you're in game so you can see what the stratagem commands are for your favorite stratagems, and then you can basically copy them into the multi-action one by one for each of them. So you can see this is the orbital precision strike as my first one. What I've also done is taken another screenshot which I can then use to create an icon. So I've got a list of the various different ones in here. I'm just going to go into that and then use paint to shrink it down into a usable icon that I can then use as a button on the Stream Deck. Obviously you can do something similar or create your own icon or just even give it a name label, but I just wanted to do this. So this is just a screenshot from in-game using the snipping tool in Windows, and then just shrinking it down, setting it from the file, copying it in there, and then we end up with a button which indicates the orbital strike, and then when I press that in game, in theory, it should then launch that orbital strike. We then repeat that process for each and every one of the stratagems we want to use. Bear in mind, obviously, you can only equip a certain number, and you might change those from game to game, so you may need to do this multiple times depending on the stratagems you're using and then when you upgrade, but it still will make life easier because as you can see some of them become quite complicated and end up with multiple button presses in there. Repeat this process until you're happy you've got all the stratagems you want, and you can see I've got several in here, all with different hotkey actions. And then what we can do is we can go into the game and test it out. Now I still have to press Control to open the menu. You might choose to change yours so that the control is in the hotkey list, so it is one of the first things that happens when you press your button, but I wanted to do it this way just for simplicity. And then you can see what we can do is we can just launch the stratagems with a single button press, and life is a lot easier. Hope this gives you some inspiration for your stratagem use and the Stream Deck. Thanks for watching.
Mag's empty!
Who called that in?
Didn't say it. Calling in reinforcements!
You've made it right to the end of the video, you brilliant legend you. If you've enjoyed it, click that subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and drop me a comment down below if you've got any questions. If you really enjoyed it, consider joining the channel and see the benefits of doing so. Check out these other videos, you might well find them interesting or useful, and most importantly, have a great life.